What's going on, guys?
Hello.
Jordan and Perri from Kiss Breakfast here. Now, we hear you have some questions. Let's get cracking.
What advice would you give to someone like me who wants to become a radio presenter?
I think to be a radio presenter, there's an obvious bit of advice, which is be yourself. Be your authentic self. There's a lot of people on radio. You don't want to try and sound like anyone else. People are going to relate to you. And I think that has been the best thing. And I think one bit of advice I've learned as well is that there's kind of a story and a bit of content in everything, because it's not, me and Perri are really lucky. We have quite a cool job outside of radio, being in diversity, and we can come on and we're kind of fortunate in the sense that we can tell people about a really cool show we did or something that's kind of out of the ordinary. But I think where we get the best response and we get to have the best sort of chat with callers and we have that best interaction is silly things like, I don't know, I forgot my wallet when I went to get petrol, or I've been out with my kids and something's happened, or Perri's had something happen with his girlfriend, or whatever it is. So being yourself and just, realising that there's a story in every little thing has probably been the best bit of advice we've learned for being a radio presenter.
Recently, I've been trying to persuade my friend to do a radio show with me, and I know both of you are best friends and you present together. So I wanted to know if both of you recommend presenting with your bestie.
So I would definitely recommend presenting a radio show with your bestie. Let me know how it goes, because I'm still trying to do that. Haven't found my one.
That's actually rude.
It's a joke.
Because I actually would have said that working with my best friend is the best thing ever. And now I'm taking it back.
No, all jokes aside, it makes, for me personally, I've only ever had to do like one or two shows, same as Pell, on our own when one of us has been off for a reason, whether we're working or someone's ill, whatever it is. And it completely changes the dynamic. I think there's, of course, being a radio presenter has some similarities, whether you're in a duo, whether you're doing it on your own. But I've got so much respect to anyone who presents a show on their own, because it is completely different. We don't have that automatic support there. Me and Perri kind of know who's going to finish what. We've been best friends since for 15 years, so it's kind of quite natural for us to help each other out within links, with content, with this, with that. When you're on your own, it's all on you. So a lot of respect to anyone who does it solo, but when you've got your best friend there, you know where you're going with stuff. I just think that's where the magic happens.
Imagine a show without me. No fun at all.
Please.
I love presenting my own radio show and I try my best to be funny. Do you have any tips on how to make people laugh?
Firstly, I love that you're making your own radio show. That is, I literally wouldn't even know where to start. But as far as tips go to being funny, I don't know. It just comes from being yourself, I guess. Yeah. It's a hard one. Or ask people how to be funny. That's what I have to do, because I'm obviously not funny enough. Ask Jordan. I'm like, how's this joke? And 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work. But say that on radio and it's great.
Both of you are really good presenters and really good dancers. So, what do you both prefer, dancing or being on the radio?
Do you know, I think that's a tough question. What do we prefer, dancing or being on the radio? Because dance is kind of what we've grown up with. It's how we know each other. My older brother, all of our best friends are part of our dance group, and it's been our career that will essentially led us to Kiss as well. If it wasn't for dancing and for diversity, we probably wouldn't be sat here either. We kind of didn't go about radio like the traditional route. So obviously it's still something we love and something we enjoy, and it's a passion of ours. But when it comes to radio, that's something where, to be fair, when we very first started and we did our very first set of shows, it was kind of like, oh, this is really cool, but I didn't know if it was like a passion point. I didn't know it was going to be something that we'd become so heavily invested in. Whereas now, especially with Kiss, with the team we've built up around us, we want the show to always be good. We have the best time when we're here. We absolutely love it. So in different ways, I would say we love them, just as much, obviously in a different way, but yeah, it's wicked. So it's an impossible one to answer.
Well, it's not, because you can combine the two. I often dance while on the radio, so I'm going to get fired. So.
You are so lucky. You've met Ed Sheeran and the Kid Laroi. You've even made TikToks of them at Kiss. But my question for you is, who was the coolest?
Yeah, I won't lie. So, of course, I love me some TikTok, don't I? Kiss have a TikTok, and when you combine the two, you get some pretty cool guests making TikToks with us, like Ed Sheeran and the Kid Laroi. Now, I'm not sure if you guys would have seen this yet, but we did record one with Ed Sheeran the other day, which is probably the one I've enjoyed the most. Just about it's with the harmonicas, isn't it? We've got one with harmonicas where Ed Sheeran is hitting us. We'll let you watch that, and you can enjoy that on your own. We've also got one about being best friends as well, which is another great one. So yeah, make sure you follow us on TikTok. It's great.
Can you teach me a little dance move? I have a school disco next week, and I'd love to kill it on the dance floor.
You've got a school disco, you want to look cool. And do you know what? It's funny because obviously we're part of diversity. My big brother Ashley Banjo's the leader and choreographer. And that's why when anyone ever asks me to teach them a dance move, the first thing I do is say...
Get a chair.
Get a chair.
You get a chair, you stand like that. Especially, this is like a radio dancer. You just kind of wiggle, because in most studios, they're swivel chairs. It's quite rare. So you want to be able to swivel on the chair whenever you can, get a good twist. Maybe the song, twist again. Just kind of get that move in, and then that's kind of it. So have fun with that one.
If your school disco doesn't have swivel chairs,
Then you can't.
best of luck. Best of luck.